This episode of Behind the Diary might be my favourite of all time. I'm travelling to Los Angeles to meet the biggest creator on planet Earth, MrBeast.
I mean, you can if you want.
And things don't go to plan. I'm not giving up. And there's one thing he says to me which has changed my life ever since. To me and my friends in our group chat can't stop talking about this particular idea.
This is not optimal.
You can break into a Walmart.
You're so funny. And also, for anyone out there building a business and struggling with some of the complexities of that, this episode is for you. Think about your favourite company. And now imagine that they let you see in every meeting, in every room from day one.
Boy, I've forgotten how much work it actually is to start a company. It's a lot of work.
We're building a media company and an investment fund. So, what does that mean? In our studio, we create and scale new shows.
You might have seen these live studio shows, but they're really taking off. I mean, 10 stars.
We're live, we're all here at Flight Studio.
Use that audience to accelerate some of the most exciting companies in the world that I have invested in. This is Flight Story.
Hour and 20 minutes until we land. I've asked Sophie. Sophie is my lifestyle director, who works full-time in my team, to get us a black Cybertruck. They don't make Cybertrucks in black, so it's a pretty hard task, but let's see.
This is my new Cybertruck, and as you can see, I'm not driving it. This is full self-driving. Not touching the pedals, not touching the steering wheel. Car's coming this way. 4 different ways to turn. It's already indicated for me. It started indicating. The light is green, so it waits for all the cars, performs the turn. But funnily, I could really imagine a future where there's a steering wheel or there's a desk. Now, if there was a desk right now, because I'm on my way to do the podcast, I would be using the desk. I would have folded the steering wheel away, I'd have pulled out the desk, and I'd be working, doing my research for the podcast that I'm heading to now. I actually don't even know if I'd be looking out the window. I actually think I'd probably be back there somewhere. This sounds even more crazy, but having a shower, getting ready, getting changed, maybe drinking something in the fridge. And if you saw Elon's and Tesla's recent announcement about the future of those Tesla autonomous taxis, that's kind of exactly what they look like. It's kind of 2 seats facing each other. It's like a moving miniature apartment. So crazy how quickly the future comes around, and it's in particular so crazy how quickly the future's coming around. And I think this is all just a tremendous opportunity for anyone that's an entrepreneur, that's wanting to build something, because things are changing so quickly that old rules are falling and new rules are being created. Like, we really are living in the fucking future. It's crazy. Really, really crazy. Let's pulling up to the studio. Studio's here. We're here. Right. Got a meeting now that's really important with Jules, my chief of staff, Jack, who runs the whole show, and Jemima, who books all of the guests and thinks about the formats and does the research with her team for the Diary of a CEO. And we think we're going to spend roughly £7 million running the Diary of a CEO in 2025. So this meeting that I'm about to do is sitting down with Jemima and figuring out how much money we spend on her team, which is the guest production team, for 2025. I want to know what roles you think are important, and I want to see them all on a piece of paper. And I basically want to fill in the other team's roles and see what the whole organization looks like. For me, when I have like 15 names on here and we know which ones are like fully dedicated and partially dedicated, we can then think about that in terms of the strategy. So are we thinking about, for example, translations and who's doing that on there? Are we thinking about how are we capturing a focus on the United States this year? Yeah. These are all like strategic questions. All of the things Diary of a CEO is spending and trying to figure out where I want to add more expenditure and where maybe I'll take expenditure away.
We've done a good job.
Without
any, like with us. You know, it's crazy.
Yeah,
It's
with a fairly like probably comparable or less than amount of resources than like some of the bigger shows. So you go, if our innovation is we're going to just out invest them in this department,
Yeah.
could make a massive difference.
It's even things like, for example, we're going to Austin in March, but right now we obviously want to focus on doing like organising debates, which takes a lot of time to like coordinate, convince. But then if we pay too much attention on that, we lose the standard single interviews. And so if we had one person or two people fully designated to innovate, create new formats, see if they're going to be working, not working, and booking guests, like...
I've always been a fan of hiring more people into the guest booking team.
Yeah.
I've asked you every year, hey, need more people? And she's like, no. Especially the first year, you're like, no, not really. I was like, what?
Weird. No, I just like doing it.
I know, but everything you actually want to accomplish is accomplished the moment you are able to not do it.
Yeah.
Able.
Yeah.
So you still can because then you're free to make a decision. Yes, I want to focus on this. Yes, I want to focus on this. But when you don't have the freedom to make a decision, it's not a good place to be.
Yeah.
And as a CEO is saying, I'm trying to hire enough people so that I have the freedom to decide I want to work on my book or I want to go do a debate.
Yeah.
But so I'm all for. I'd love to have the biggest guest producing team in podcasting. The best.
The best.
So that might be a function of size, it might be a function of tools, it might be a function of geographical spread and networks, black books.
Yeah.
Just the best.
Not of our competition, but of our customers. Our customers have made our business what it is. They are the ones with whom we have a relationship, and they're the ones to whom we owe a great obligation. And we consider them to be loyal to us, right up until the second that someone else offers them a better service. We must be committed to constant improvement, experimentation, and innovation in every initiative. We love to be pioneers. It's in the DNA of the company.
I want to see the sea in your eyes. You need to be free. Hey.
Move, body, move, your body.
It's so crazy that I've been running now for a little while, a couple of weeks, and I still have that negotiation where I run. I had one stitch here at 1 kilometre, one stitch here at 4 kilometres. There's something about winning that negotiation that makes you realise that the person you were negotiating with, the devil in you, the pain, the discomfort, whatever it is, was lying. And that probably in most of our lives when we negotiate with that side of ourselves that is avoidant of discomfort, that it's usually lying. And that we can do more than we think. We can keep running. We can keep building. I think the reason why people win the negotiation is because they're really clear on the prize of winning the negotiation. So like, I'm thinking about famous entrepreneurs that I've met and interviewed, and even entrepreneurs that I know in my own life, and when you see that they've persevered and chewed glass for 10 years to build their business, you applaud it and go, oh my God, that person has so much motivation, they're so courageous, they're so resilient, they're so hardworking, whatever. But when you get to understand why they were willing to, it's often really one of two things. Either they didn't feel like they had a choice, right? So they were running from something, or it's because they're so unbelievably driven by the change they want to see in the world, or the business they want to create, or the life they want to create for themselves, or the freedom that they're striving for. Like, I think we can all get clearer on our why and our reason. And then when you bring that to the negotiation table, the devil on your shoulder stands no chance. Important question to ask you. And the question I wanted to ask you is, who are you? YouTube doesn't tell us who's watching, but in order to shape this channel so that it's really, really valuable to you, I need to know who you are. So here's what I want us all to do. Comment in the comment section down below telling me who you are, why you watch, what you get out of watching this channel, and what you would like to see on this channel. And we'll go through every single comment, and in the future it will mean that when we're picking the moments to show you, they are catered and tailored to you, the viewer. Feel free to introduce yourself to other people in the comment section. If you see someone working on something interesting, reply to their message and have a conversation. But this will be so important to us and so valuable if we can figure out who you guys are. You would save me and Will a ton of time, and it's probably the single thing that will make this channel even better for you.
You did a beautiful job of the presentation. So yeah, if you're an AR developer, this is the package you would get. Right.
I'm so ready.
Evan, I grabbed a pair for you too if you want to throw them on.
Oh, amazing. I did try the Vision Pro. I bought it. We bought it as a team, didn't we?
Yeah.
I put it on.
All right, yeah. So I know you guys talked about these a little bit. They're our 5th generation spectacles powered by our operating system, Snap OS. So standalone see-through AR glasses. Yep, that's the drawer below is sort of a protective shield. So, you know, you can take them with you on the go. They're great indoors and outside. So you can go ahead and pull this out. I'm gonna, if you are up for it, have you stand up.
Yeah, what's Evan doing? Is he okay?
I'm inside a storybook right now. It's kind of crazy, actually.
Oh wow. What is that animal?
You can pet it. If you look at your palm, it'll give you a bunch of options. You can like feed it or play catch with it.
Oh, it's walking towards me. It's like Pablo, my dog.
Let's pick something new for you to do. Make fists, and then you'll see these boxing gloves kind of appear.
Oh yeah. Okay. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, you'll see blocks start coming at you. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't see anything at the moment.
Just press it.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, this is great. It's so good at like tracking my hands. It's really interesting. It does feel like I'm experiencing the future.
Oh.
How big a guest is it?
He's top 3 guest for Steven Bartlett. So we must lock this in, guys. The risk is Steve has a talk to get to, a commitment speaking engagement in Cairo, and MrBeast is only in LA on the 13th, and Steve needs to leave on the evening of the 13th to get to Egypt in time for this talk. However, we don't know what time MrBeast wants to film on the 13th because it is the last episode of the Beast Games. The options are we try and film it in LA and he tries to get the flight. That's the only option. Steve has to get a flight at 8 p.m, which means he has to leave the studio at 5 p.m. The Beast Games releases at 3 p.m, which means that MrBeast is probably going to be busy from 3 till 5. So the only time we could potentially do it, from what I'm reading from their emails, is 12:30 till 3ish, because I know that he lands at midday. They just said they'll let us know things end of week.
It would be great to have an update, ideally by the end of this week, so that we can prepare the team in Cairo if we have to adjust our schedules to accommodate you.
So what I've got is we're absolutely happy to make it work, whatever time you suggest, but ideally Stephen needs to catch a flight at 8 p.m. that evening. The last one that gets him to his commitment in Egypt on time. If we can schedule the interview anytime between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m.
I think speak to Dom and just honestly look at, because I didn't hear it on that sync unless someone said it and I didn't hear it. Just see what is really practical with A, what are the consequences if Steve were to miss the flight and we tried and failed, right?
Yeah.
Like what happens? Do we have to refund the money? But it's all possible.
I have to be honest, MrBeast is, although he's just 26, he's someone that I really, really look up to. I think was probably in my top 5 people to interview. So he's meant to be on the podcast today, and I've just had a text at 7 a.m, just moments ago, saying that MrBeast has missed his flight. So he can't get here. I called him yesterday and spoke to him on the phone, and he explained to me his calendar. And I thought my calendar was crazy. And then I heard of MrBeast's calendar, and my jaw was on the floor. It was like, obviously this is not what he said, but this is how it sounded to me. He was like, I'm gonna go see Lionel Messi, and then I'm flying into a volcano, and then I'm flying into Egypt, I'm going into the pyramids, I'm coming up, I'm gonna fly across to Steph Curry in San Francisco to shoot with him, then I'm gonna try and fly in to see you and record with you. It was insane. So for the podcast to be called off, I have been looking forward to it for a long, long time. It's gutting, but having understood his schedule, I've got great empathy for him and I understand. However, I'm not giving up. I'm absolutely not giving up on making it happen today.
He's coming for an Amazon launch event for the Beast Games because it's the last episode that day. And the episode starts at 3 p.m. He'll either be like 1 till 3 or it will be late and then we can't do the late one. And I don't think he'll do much promotion after this because he's only doing it for the Beast Games.
Yeah. I asked Sophie, I said, how much does it cost to get a private jet to Cairo?
Yeah.
Because it doesn't take 20 hours to fly to Cairo. But with the planes, they fly to Saudi Arabia and they fly back to Cairo. So if we just flew straight to Cairo, how long would that take on a jet? I'm in LA. If I wanted to fly a private jet from LA to Cairo, 2 questions. Is it possible? How big would the plane need to be? How long would it take on a direct private flight?
Flying from LA to Cairo by private jet is definitely possible. For a non-stop flight, you'd need a long-range jet like a Gulfstream G650 or Bombardier Global 6000. The flight would take roughly 13 to 14 hours.
It's actually not an off-the-table idea. Okay, update on the MrBeast situation. The only option that I see is if I manage to get a private jet tonight from LA to New York and then fly from New York in the early hours of the morning to Cairo, and I think I'd land at 6 a.m. and I think I'm on stage at about 8 or 9 a.m. in the morning, something crazy like that. We need to find the flight that can take me from LA to New York at 3 a.m. It's quite difficult to find someone who has a plane and pilots and a crew in a couple of hours to fly you to New York at 3 a.m. in the morning. It's not an easy task. Hello everybody. It is 8 p.m. and we've just had confirmation that we found a plane to take me to New York at 3 a.m. in the morning. So I've texted MrBeast and said, if you can get here for midnight, we'll do the interview at midnight. So now it's research time. Where there's a will, there's a way. It is now 9 p.m. at night time. MrBeast is confirmed. He's landed in Los Angeles. He's just texted me. He's told me that there's an event happening and he's asked me if I'd come over, so I'm on my way there now.
Now we're bringing out one of the best freestyle rappers on YouTube. Give it up for the legendary.
Just met MrBeast backstage, had a quick chat before we went up on stage. It is now about 11 p.m. at night time, and we're going to start the podcast we're due to start in 30 minutes. Podcast conversation is going to be 3 hours. I'm tired, but can you imagine him? He's been flying around the US filming all day. He comes to this event, he's on stage speaking, and then after this event at midnight, he's going to do a 3-hour podcast with me.
Is this where you normally go?
Yeah.
No, I don't. You didn't have a week when I get sleep time. No, I should. I honestly just depressed me if I did. I like get up.
I have to give you a lot of credit because so many people like us, like our teams, we have stolen so much from you. We've stolen your principles, your mentality, and it's made us be better creators, which has allowed us to live the lives that we get to live and do these things that we love the most. And there's always a cost, I think, to being different and to being weird. There's an upside, but there's also a really, really, really big cost. And you pay that cost most when you're younger and you have to fit into the system and you don't get to choose who you hang around with and stuff. But then as an adult, as you said, we all then clap for the unique ones, the weird ones, and we steal from them and we aspire to be them and we learn from them. And you have, in the very short amount of time that I've been speaking to you for like a week or something, have blown my mind open. I got to see the behind the scenes of Beast Games, and my entire mind as I sat there on the sofa, I remember where I was sat when I saw the behind the scenes, just exploded. And you made me, in that moment, realize how much I'd limited myself. As someone that considers themselves to be really ambitious, I'd limited myself. And so I wanted to say thank you, because you're not just doing that for me, you're doing that for tens of millions, hundreds of millions of people all at the same time. And you're giving them the roadmap, but also a blueprint and the mentality and the belief that they too don't have to live the life that school or the system has told them they
Fit
have.
in the box, agreed.
Exactly. So thank you so much, honestly, because we need more people like you, and I'm your biggest fan.
Thank you.
I really, really appreciate you. Thank you.
All right, let's see if we can break into a Walmart.
You're so funny.
James, is Walmart open? Fuck, it's closed.
Still closed.
Wait, let's go to a 7-Eleven. I'll
Okay,
ride
we
with
can
you
go
on
back.
the way to the airport.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 7-Eleven's open. Oh, here we are. Oh, these are the old boxes. They're fucking garbage. See how terrible these are? Oh yeah, these are the new boxes. Look at the difference between these. Look at that box versus this box.
Yeah.
Notice how we're over here with the fucking power bars, but when you buy a chocolate bar, you go to that aisle over there.
Yeah.
This is not optimal. Look at all that shelf space. Like, bro, this is insane. Like, and for 100 years, it has been Mars and Hershey's. No one's been able to break in, and then here we are. Two companies.
So I invest in MrBeast Holdings.
I mean, you can if you want.
Yeah,
you'll make a ton of money.
Don't say that because I will send you the money.
It looks so simple because you just see these boxes and you're like, oh, you just made a shitty chocolate bar and put it here. But it's like, this is just the same thing as YouTube. 10,000 hours, 20,000 hours of obsession, and even little things like updating the boxes and stuff. Like I was personally designing those boxes in Photoshop and like personally like figure out what is the optimal. Bro, like look how from far away how just scrumptious that looks. Like, you know, you don't have to be near it. It really, really pops. Like this was like a big thing for me for like 3 months. How do I make the most optimal thumbnail imaginable for the box where you see it from really, really far? And there you go. Now you're educated.
This guy is built different. He is a 26-year-old that I anticipate is worth about $3 or $4 billion. I'm fully aware of what MrBeast went through today. I'm fully aware that he's flown in from another country, that he flew out to San Francisco, he did some recordings with Steph Curry, he then flew into Los Angeles, did the finale of Beast Games, on stage till 1 a.m. in the morning. He leaves through the back door with me, jumps in my Cybertruck, drives across to the studio at 1 a.m, records a 2-hour podcast with me, then insists on taking me to a 7-Eleven shop so he can tell me every little detail of his chocolate bars, Feastables, and he could have carried on going till 7 a.m. in the morning. This guy is built different. He's taught me that like being wildly obsessed with what you do is both critically important if you want to be wildly successful, but also, and maybe most importantly of all, it is okay. And I think as entrepreneurs, as founders, as creatives, we can often be gaslit into thinking that there's something wrong with us because we just absolutely love what we do. And it's really interesting because as an investor, when you meet someone like MrBeast and you see what they've achieved at 26 years old, and you have a window into their obsession and attention to detail, you have to try and invest. So in the car after the podcast, I turned to MrBeast and said, will you let me invest in you? And he said, sure. He said, I'll put you in touch with my team, we'll connect up and we'll see if you, Flight Story Fund, can invest in MrBeast. And for all of you that are watching in the future, I'm going to put on the screen whether my fund, Flight Story Fund, has been able to invest in MrBeast. He's already a multi-billionaire, and he's someone who's achieved that while doing so much good in the world. What an incredible guy. Conversation has frankly changed my life. So I guess my conclusion is your obsession is necessary, and your obsession is okay. And don't let anybody convince you otherwise. Damn. Anyway, I have a plane to catch. Let's go. And I'm a little bit late, but thankfully the plane is still here. And it's a 3-hour flight to, no, 7-hour flight to, I'm losing my mind, 7-hour flight to New York City. Then from New York, I'm gonna have to run and get the plane to Cairo. Can I help you? Do you not find that a little bit creepy?
Me?
Yeah.
Filming you?
Yeah.
Well, you never know. It's always part of the story. Do you find it weird?
Is this not a little bit creepy to you? Always filming someone, invading their personal space. Hope you don't do this on weekends. I hope you just do this with me, because if I get the police at my door one day.
How'd you go for that? It's not working. Go for that. Push that. Oh, right. Oh, there you go. Is that you?
Get your muscles.
Oh, fucking hell. really conscious of being emasculated in front of my girlfriend, so I'm like, do I pass it to...
I think you're the best shot. No.
Yeah, there we go.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
What am I saying? Oh, here we go.
What's the procedure? Happy birthday!
Anniversary.
Wow, happy anniversary to you! So if you want to say thank you to the team behind the scenes at Diary of a CEO, all you've got to do is hit the subscribe button. For every subscriber, 10 cents goes to the celebration fund when we hit 10 million subscribers. So actually, this is the first time I'm going to tell you not to subscribe because it might end up costing me an awful...